this will be. I'm doing what I can.
Understand.
Yep, yep, yep. And I just want to say, definitely appreciate everyone jumping uh, um, on time, and we'll go ahead and get started shortly. So just give it a few, uh, and we will get rocking and rolling. All right, all right, all right. First and foremost, can you guys see me and hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, once again, just want to thank everyone for jumping on for our 7 o'clock, training, solar training specifically, just to go through some things. And I definitely want to appreciate, Mr. Bean, Mr. and Mrs. Bean for giving us the platform to really be able to teach, train, and coach the bigger team as well. I am out. I am rocking and rolling. I'm at a networking event, literally applying all of the information that Angel Trend just went over the other day. I'm actually applying that right now. And I know there's a lot of people at a lot of different Christmas events, and as the holiday stuff, take hold. There will definitely be a lot of people, all over the place, and celebrating and ending off the year strong. But I really wanted to take this time to go through a training that I thought was extremely important. And the reason being, as we have still people jumping on, the reason being is once again, this training that we're doing here is I would say setting up your 2025, right? And that's just the reality of the situation. I've been in the business for a while, got a chance to speak to quite a few people in the business also, and started to really see how things is taking shape. And what's funny is that, you know, a lot of these experiences that I'm having now are experiences that I've actually been through and dealt with in the past, right? Just to give you guys some background information, obviously been in the solar industry for quite a while now. Had a chance to open and run and operate my own solar company, kind of like a solar dealership, if you will. And we ran somewhat of the same steps, just like Bill, right? So there's usually people who are closers, and then there are like let's say lead generators and people who would generate leads and things of that nature. But when I seen Bill for the first time myself, what I seen is a completely bigger picture, right? The picture of not only can we do this, not only can we help closers, not only can we help those that generate the lead, not only can we do it all over the country, but we can also build a big, lasting business as well, right? A subscription-based business, right? So my model had a subscription-based business as well. But once again, it didn't have the backing of everything that Bill offers and brings to the table. One of the things that I was looking for was to add a financial component as well, right? So people could not only make money, but also kind of know how to keep that money, know how to invest that money, learn how to grow that money. So the seeing and understanding that we have the Smart Money Club, once again, just makes everything that we do just so prevalent. And and it allows literally everybody to win, right? So I'm gonna jump into some information. And what's funny about this training, right? How to Mentee mastery, literally the layout of how to generate a six-figure income, actively, passively, or leverage income as well. The interesting thing is that a lot of this stuff that you guys are gonna hear me say today, you've probably heard me say before in the past. And what I want to do is, I just want you to, I want us to focus going into 2025, right? Because in this company, and this is something that I've dealt with and experienced as well, there's so many different options, there's so many different verticals, there's so many things that we can do, there's so many ways to make money. And it could be a little bit overwhelming for some. It could also be a little confusing for some as well. So I want to kind of simplify things to the best of my nature, to the best of my ability. Also, I want people to know that, sometimes I'll start the call off by saying like, this is going to be for the mentees who want to be mentored, right? And obviously, it's a different conversation. So I know the last week when I did the training on like how to design, obviously those are for people who want to move into that role, learn how to start closing and selling for themselves. But this training is specifically for those who want to be mentees, right? Don't want to leave the mentees out. Those who want to actually, want to be a mentee and kind of focus and stay in that lane. And this training is definitely for you. And I want you to understand that being a mentee is literally one of the most important parts of this business, right? The mentee's role is significant, right? I want you to think about this. For most closers in this company, right? And I want to use certain examples. I don't want to call anyone out, but most closers wouldn't be able to close deals if there weren't mentees to bring them deals, right? So the mentee's role is extremely important. It just so happens that in this situation, it's a win-win for both parties. So once again, right, this training is going to be broken down in four different parts, right? And I'm not going to have too many slides, but I hope everyone has a pen and a piece of paper that they can jot some things down, right? So the first aspect of the training is going to be the lead, right? How do we get the lead? How do we get the contact? Where do we get the contact from, right? So the lead is the first part. The system is the second part, right? Once you get this lead, what are you now doing with it, right? So how are you moving that lead to the next step, right? the process, right? So what should we be doing as mentees? What you should be expecting from a mentor, right? What other things can you, should you, if you want to, be doing to actually add more value, to that six-figure income? And then the last thing is the payout, right? How are we getting paid out? Right? This sounds good, but where's the roadmap to six figures? Right? And I'm going to go through all of that. So let's first and foremost start with the leads, right? So as a mentee, right? As a mentee, you are basically you're bringing in leads, right? And I want you to think about this as well. How was direct sales, right? Network marketing, right? Group economics. How was all of this put in place, right? Why do people join these types of businesses, right? Most people are looking for either a secondary income, right? Something to add on top of what they're already doing, or just a situation to generate some part-time income, right? So I want you to think about this, right? Just getting the lead. There's a few different ways that most of mentees get their leads. And the first way is by prospecting, right? So I had a conversation with Thomas the other day, right? And I get so empowered when I have these conversations because it gives me thoughts and ideas of how to train, right? So he basically said he spoke to a pastor, his pastor at church, and basically was having a conversation, told him about solar, and based on that simple conversation, he was able to get the bill, right? So that's a form of prospecting, right? You didn't have to pay any money out of pocket. You didn't have to do anything that he's not already doing, right? He's going out and living, right? Living his life. And in the process of him living his life, he prospects someone who he knew, right? So that's a one form of generating leads by prospecting, right? So once again, live your life, whether that's at work, whether that's while you're shopping. This is the best time to prospect, right? There's going to be a lot of people going out shopping, talking to this person, going to the mall, meeting with families, prospect, right? Just let people know exactly what you do and how they can benefit. Get their names, get their information, and then go from there. So prospecting is one. For those on the line who like to door knock, so for the aggressive Sarah Georges out there who are killing it by, knocking on doors and getting contacts that way. That's another form of generating leads, right? You hear the story all of the time of how, Sarah George went out, knocked on a few doors, and basically benefiting a $15,000, 14 to $15,000 commissions from knocking on someone's door and letting them know about solar, right? So once again, that's a simple process that we can also do if this is something that you want to do. Now, all of the ways I'm going to talk about of generating leads, I want you to focus on picking one or two that you can specialize in, that you can focus in, and then give it your all, right? So door knocking, right? The script, the lore for those who want to do door knocking, and I would highly recommend speaking to Miss Sarah George, who's actually done some door knocking, right? She has some great experience, and she also has some results, right? So that's another way of generating a lead. And then another way I could say is online lead generation. So we have some of the best of the best in the company with Landon Taylor, literally teaching people, and you guys don't understand how valuable this is, and also how much people pay, right, to literally have someone teach and coach you how to set up a Facebook page and generate leads online, right? So you also have the lead online lead generation process as well, right? So we're just talking right now about three different ways of generating leads, right? We're talking about prospecting, something simple and easy that literally everyone can do, right? We're talking about door knocking, something that those who are more ambitious, Jeremy Bennett, right, is out door knocking, speaking to people every single day. I know the results are going to come from him. Why? Because he's speaking to homeowners every single day. He's out there in the field making it happen, right? And then once again, online lead generation, right? So once again, this is the lead generation part. How are you going to get the lead? Right? We just talked about it. So let's now move on to the system. Right? Now we all know the system because you've heard it over and over and over and over again. Right? But let's talk about it. Right? The system, piquing someone's interest. Right? When Thomas met with his pastor, guess what Thomas did? He didn't say anything overly elaborate. Right? He didn't impress the pastor with his knowledge about solar. Right? He just said, probably something to the nature of, hey, are you paying for high electric bill? Right? If there was a way that I could help you save on your electricity costs, would you be interested? Something as simple as that. Right? So pique their interest. And I just want you to think about what I just said. If someone's paying, if you ask someone, a friend, family member, neighbor, hey, you might be paying, quick question, are you paying a high electricity bill? And they're going to say yeah. If I had a way to help you to reduce that, would you be interested? Simple question, right? Interest is steep, right? Now, from there, go ahead and just get the bill, as we already know. Simple. Hey, John, Sally, Sue, is it possible that you could actually send over a copy of your bill? Just so we can see if I can actually help you save money, right? I don't want to see your bill. I actually need to send it to the solar specialist so they can review it and find out if we can actually help you save some money. Trust me, guys. I know when asking for the bill, it could be a little bit weird because some people are thinking, "Oh, I don't want this person to have my information. I don't want them to see how much I'm paying." All types of weird things that people think about when you ask for the bill. Here's how you get them. Hey, John, Susie, right? If Can you send me your bill so I can see how much money we can help you save? Right now, it's kind of like a give and take. If you say, "Hey, can you send me a bill so I can see how much you can save?" If they're interested in saving money, trust me, they'll send you the bill, right? Because you got to that pain. They're trying to get out of that pain, and trust me, a lot of people are feeling it, right? So you want to kind of like give and take, right? So once again, get the bill, and then from there, just book the appointment, right? You have a simple process where you can click on someone's calendar, set the appointments, and it'd be good to go. Very simple process. That's the system, guys, right? Piquing someone's interest, getting the bill, and booking the appointment, right? Now, for the process, this is going to be a little bit different, right? But I'll say it. You want to let the mentor be the mentor. And what does that mean, right? So for some of you guys who've actually already had interactions with mentors and you kind of know certain mentor style, you know how they operate, so on and so forth. Here's what I would say, right? You want to pick a mentor who's going to be in communication with you, right? You as a mentee don't have to manage the whole bill, right? You don't have to know all of the specifics. You don't have to know, when I say the specifics, you don't have to know and learn the solar industry, right? I can tell you this right now. I've been in the solar industry for 10 years. I'm still learning, and I'm learning a lot, right? Because the solar industry is rapidly changing, rapidly. There's things that change every single day, right? So as a mentee, the goal is not to necessarily learn everything in the world, right? But let the mentor be the mentor. And here's what I mean. You should choose and you should have and work with a mentor who's going to communicate with you, right? Keep you updated on the deal, right? Let you know a little bit about the process. Give you the information that you need to have a framework of understanding of what's taking place with the deal so you now know, right? If you have an experience with a mentor who's not in communication with you, that's a problem, right? Because a mentee shouldn't be in the dark, right? But at the same time, we don't have to, talk about every single detail because a lot of stuff is going to go over your head, right? For those who are on the call who heard the what is it the compensation training, right, with JC Rangel. If you were on the call and you heard that all of that information, trust me, I know a lot of that went over a lot of people's heads because it's complex, right? And if it's not a language or some information that you see on a regular basis, then it's going to go over, and that's absolutely fine. right? But obviously, you want to have a mentor who can at least show you what it is. And once again, just being communication. So that's the mentor's role, right? To be the mentor, right? Give you help and assistance where you need it. But at the same time, right? Part of the process is the mentee being the mentee, right? So once again, be the mentees. You can ask. I heard this by someone, but maybe set up a weekly call with your mentor, right? Quick 5 minute, 2 minute call. Hey, what's the update? Are there any updates? Right? You know, this person is my family member. This person is my friend. This person is my cousin. This person is an online lead. I just want to give an update because I'm probably going to speak to them again. All right. Or I just want to keep them informed. Right. Just keep some basic communication. Right. But be a mentee. Right. Ask questions. I always love when I work with mentees and I ask them questions. Right. But questions that are not like, you know, just empowering questions. Right. That can help us work with each other. Right. But yeah, once again, be the mentee. And then along with the process, so you want to build, right? You want to build. Now, what does build mean? Right? Build means building, right? Building a business if you choose to. Now, there's some people on the line, and this is why this is called mentee mastery. There's some people on the line who say, you know what? I don't want to recruit. And guess what? That's absolutely fine. But I'm talking to those right now who do want to recruit, right? You want to build, right? You want to build a book of business, right? You want to build a subscription base. And that building is however big you can envision, right? So if that's builder 500, builder 1000, builder 2000 and beyond, and so on and so forth. Once again, you just want to build it based on where your goals and your dreams are, right? And how do you build it? Guess what? It's the same way that we talked about earlier, prospecting, making phone calls, inviting people to events, right? You know, door knocking, online lead advertisements as well, right? Just getting in contact with people so that you can actually build your business, right? Now, once again, I want to be clear about this. This is if you choose to, right? Everyone doesn't want to build, and that's absolutely okay. So for those who do, you have that opportunity, right? So once again, we talked about the lead, right? Generating the lead. We talked about the system, right? Piquing someone's interest, getting the bill, and booking the appointment. And we talked about the process, right? Letting the mentor be the mentor and letting the mentee be the mentee. Now, I just want to share something real quick so you guys can get a chance to see the income, right? How do you actually make the income? And the reason why I want to show this is because it clarifies the process, right? It just clarifies the process. Let me know if you guys can see this real quick. Right? Someone give me a thumbs up. Can you guys see this? Thumbs up. Okay. Ms. Johnson gave me the thumbs up. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. I appreciate it. All right, all right, all right. So I just want you guys to understand this. As a mentee, right? Just look at it, right? One deal every month, right? One clean deal every month for an entire year, right? With the $3,500 split, it's $42,000 in commission for the year. If you just did one a month, right? Now I'm gonna need some help here, right? I'll come back to that in a bit, right? But I want you to have your pens, your papers, and also have a calculator because we're gonna do some math, right? But once again, one deal a month for a year's period of time over a 12-month time frame is $42,000 in commission for the year. Now I want you to think about this. Is this a good part-time income that you can take advantage of? Is this worth you prospecting people consistently on a day-to-day basis? Is this worth you door knocking if this is what you like to do? Right? Is this worth you going through the online lead generation program and and you know and taking advantage of that? Right? All right, right? And graduating from the class that Mr. Landon Taylor had. Is it worth it? Right? But let's say this is good, right? And then you like this, but you want to be a little bit more aggressive, right? Let's see. All right, hold on. See if we can start. Okay. Oops. All right. So look at the slide here. Right. This is 2 deals a month. So let's say you got a little bit more aggressive, right? And you focus on doing 2 deals a month, right? And this is just once again referring the deals over. This is not you learning everything about solar, right? This is not you studying which panel and which inverter comes with each system and any and everything like that, right? This is literally you prospecting a family member, right? Like Miss Johnson, right? Miss Johnson prospected her niece that she met at a family reunion. If please correct me if I'm wrong. She prospected her, wasn't a family member that she didn't know, that she didn't get a chance to see for a while, but prospected her. Got her on the phone with uh myself. We closed the deal. This deal is about to be installed soon, right? So once again, 2 deals a month by literally just prospecting family, friends, neighbors, door knocking online, right? 2 deals a month equals literally for a year, $84,000 in commission, right? 84,000 in commission, right? Heard Mr. Bean say this the other day. I know how to count, right? All we're doing is math here, right? It's literally just doing math, right? And so this gets me excited. And I want to just take a quick pause and explain this. This gets me excited because I know this is something that everybody can do, right? I've been a part of other companies, industries, situations where everyone can't do everything, right? Most people couldn't do anything that the other companies offer, right? But this is actually something that people can do, right? Just having a conversation, taking an interest, getting a bill, booking an appointment, simple things, right? So yes, let's continue. Oh, okay. All right. So 3 deals. Let's say you were ambitious. Let's say you were ambitious and you were on a roll, right? So you did a little bit of everything. You prospected, you door knocked, right? You did some online lead generation, right? You had all angles flowing and rocking, right? Now I just want to take a snapshot of this and pause for a second. You didn't refer 3 deals only per month. Let's say you referred about 15, and out of the 15, 3 deals closed, right? That's a little bit more realistic. But look at the income. Over $100,000 in income from literally doing 3 deals a month, right? And getting a $3,500 split. Now let's take this back. I asked you guys to have your calculators out, right? So let's do some math here. 1 deal a month, right? For a whole year straight, that's $42,000 in commission. Who on the line has a goal to hit builder 8,000? Just raise your hand real quick if you have a goal to hit builder 8,000 by the convention, right? We got a few people, absolutely, right? So let's say we strive for builder 8,000. And once again, we're doing the recruiting, we're getting people on the call, we're having launch call. Things are rocking and rolling, and it takes time to build, but things are rocking and rolling. So let's say you did 1 deal a month, right? 1 deal a month for the whole year, right? And then by the end of the year, let's say we didn't get to build at 8,000, right? But we got to build a 4,000. Please, someone on the call, do the math for me. What's build the 4,000 for a whole entire year? So that's 4,000 times 12.
48,000.
Miss Johnson, what's 48,000 plus another 42,000?
Is that 90,000?
Yep, 90,000. Right. Right. Now I want you to think about this. That's $90,000 in commission. Now think about the overrides that you'll get in addition to that from your team. Right. You recruited quite a few people. You have quite a few people on your team. You put in 1 deal a month yourself, and you have a team of quite a few people, and you're getting overrides. Let's say those overrides equal up to at least $12,000 for the year. That's literally over a six-figure income, right? This is without you learning how to sell solar. This is without you without you, trying to close deals on your own. This is without you trying to be a mentor and getting confused and stuff. Now, for those who are trying to be a mentor, this is not for you. But for those who don't want to be a mentor, this is the language I'm trying to speak your language of, right? So once again, just by doing those things, once again, that's over a six-figure income, right? Let's say you were focused more on sales and not necessarily recruiting, but you still wanted to recruit, right? So once again, you did two deals a month for an entire year, and instead of hitting, a bill to 4,000 or 8,000, that wasn't even your goal, right? You brought on some people, you got some things going, right? You got some things going, and you hit build to 2,000, right? Let's build to 2,000 over a year's period of time, right? So $2,000 times 12 is, what are we looking at?
24,000.
24,000. When you add that to the 84,000, what do we get?
106.
108.
106. Oh, whoa, okay. All right. Okay.
It might be. I did it. I
But it's,
just did it in my head.
you get that, no problem. Guess what? No matter what it is, it's over six figures. It's a six-figure situation, right? And my point to you guys, obviously, if you do the math here with 36 bills a month, but once again, here's the reality, right? I like to be transparent, right? Because I'm sure, we all know that every bill is not going to pay you $3,500, right? It's just a reality. Some are going to be bigger, some are going to be maybe a little smaller, but it's going to even out, right? And the goal is, once again, if this was, just even half right? So by doing this and building the team, right? Once again, that's a six figure, I should say, passive income that you're able to make without necessarily knowing, learning, and just knowing all of the stuff that comes with closing a solar deal. Guys, I can tell you, I'm a part of different groups. I speak to a lot of the mentors. A lot of the mentors would actually rather be mentees if they knew and understood how this business works. Right? I hear it all of the time. Seriously, right? Because people understand the benefit of having the time to actually go out and build a business, right? Having the time to go and focus on recruiting, having the time to not worry about managing the bill and doing all of the stuff in the back end. Because there's a lot, right? But let me stop sharing this real quick, right? And I apologize if things are a little bit delayed. I'm out and about. But I wanted to show another page real quick, right? And once again, this is nothing new to anybody. Can you guys see that? Let me close this real quick and open this up. So once again, when you add the income that you can make literally from putting in one deal a month, right? Consistently, two deals a month, consistently, three deals a month, consistently, and you're adding whatever level on this chart here that you want to actually, achieve, right? Whether that be build at 8,000, build at 4,000, build at 2,000, but also beyond. Trust me, I know there's some people on this call right now who actually want to build much bigger businesses as well, right? They're looking at the executive 15, the executive 25, like Mr. Bean, the 250,000. I want you guys to think and hear and understand this. Mr. Bean uses this example all of the time. It's 250,000 from the residual side. Yes, of course. But he doesn't really even mention all of the time about the override that's going to come, right? Trust me, we're building an organization that big. There's a lot of overrides that come. But my point is, you want to pick your lane, and you want to pick what you can dream to, right? You want to pick what your focus is, right? What angle do you want to attack this from, right? And let me just close this up. Obviously, I know you guys are familiar with saying this, so you've seen it 1,000 times, right? But I also want to add, which is not just solar, guys, right? And the reason why I'm opening it up and I'm explaining this is because we have a lot of things to offer. The only reason I use the example of solar is because it's the highest the highest commission that she can make for all of the verticals that we have. And I'm talking about per transaction, all right? So once again, this could be water cell if this is your focus. This could be security cell if this is your focus, right? But my point is you want to have a focus, right? You want to have a focus. You want to be a master of something instead of a master of nothing. Have a focus and master. Once again, being a mentee. Now I'm saying this, I know there's some people on the line who are putting in the work to become a mentor. And once again, if that's your goal, continue to put in the work. I want you to know you have 100% of my support, and I will be there to help you, walk you through that process. But once again, those who say, you know what, I have a full-time job right now. I don't want to be a mentor. I see it's a lot. And, I want to specialize in being a mentee. Once again, it's here for you, right? You have that option. Because like I said, a lot of people get started in this business and they don't really know what angle is best for them. Right? So they're searching, they're trying to find, they're doing all of this thinking and they don't know what lane to take. Take the lane that is the most easiest for you, right? Something that we all can do. Right? Hopefully this makes sense. And hopefully once again this adds and brings some value to you guys out there. I know this is we ended off a little bit earlier than usual, but I do want to just open it up if there's any specific questions for that anyone definitely has before we go out and go off and close out. First and foremost, does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes when people are putting, or trying to map out how they should go about things, because the math isn't like clear, then people don't know how to run to get to accomplish their goal, right? So we hear this a lot about, yep, 6 figures or, 7 figures and all of these different things, but it's like, okay, how do I get that, right? So I'm trying to break it down to the, common denominator of how each and every one of us can actually accomplish, right? Once again, one sale a month, 42,000 in commission, right? You add builder 4,000 with some override, that's over 6 figure income, right? 2 bills a month, that's 86, I believe $86,000 in commission, or 2 bills a month, right? 3 bills a month, over 6 figure income, right? So the path is clear. Now it's just about what path we're going to take or what path you're going to take to actually get to the goals that you actually have, right? Once again, definitely hope this was helpful and it gave and provided some clarity, because I speak to quite a few people on the team and I get a lot of questions on, how should I do this? How should I do that? What should my focus be? All of this stuff, pick a focus, pick a lane and drive it. Any questions or thoughts at all?
Mr. Alaka, first of all, thank you so much for this real clear explanation of how we can reach this 6-figure income. I mean, it's like really clear now. But I just wanted to ask you in terms of builder, any of the builder levels, 500, 2,000, whatever, if you could just spend a moment on highlighting the fact that those numbers, 10 for builder 500 on each of your teams, 55 and so forth, and how you don't have to do that all by yourself.
Yeah, that's a beautiful point. And I appreciate you even bringing that up. And that's so true, right? And that's so much of an amazing point because Ms. Johnson is absolutely right. If you guys can photograph it, you don't have to do it all yourself, right? The beauty of helping someone get started and literally speaking to them about getting that for and paying them more, right? Or hitting builder 500 within their first week, right? Or the first 30 days, I should say, right? Or once again, whatever their goals and whatever their influence can actually achieve. You don't have to recruit all 10 on the left and 10 on the right. It's a team effort, But once again, by you starting to build and creating that culture of building, you get a chance to benefit off of all of the team members that get started on the team, right? So once again, if this is the path that you're looking to build and choose to, get that six-figure income, once again, this should provide clarity and also give you some ideas of how you should, once again, go out and build your business. Because here's another thing that I realized: everyone in the company is not going to build the business the exact same way. And when I say that, I don't mean everyone's going to be doing and operating in different systems and this, that, and the third. No, there's going to be some people. There might be someone that joins your team who's going to be a rain H2O specialist, right? And that's someone who you want on your team, right? So they just may sell water. They may not want to recruit at all, but that's going to help to the overall goal, right? But anyway, to answer Ms. Johnson's question, or to add insight to what Ms. Johnson mentioned, it's not just you by yourself, right? You're building a team, and your team is going to be building a team as well, right? And all of the people that join your organization, you get a chance to benefit and leverage from all of their, all of the subscriptions in your organization, right? So it's absolutely a beautiful thing. And Ms. Johnson, I greatly appreciate you bringing that. Yes, Ms. Lynn, you have your hand up as well?
Yeah, so how do we respond to someone who's decided to delay moving forward for right now because of other projects they have going on? And just a follow-up process with that particular client, periodically to just see where they are. Thank you so much for allowing me to ask that question.
Absolutely. That's a great question as well. And trust me, you're going to experience that a lot during this season, right? You're going to experience a lot of people saying, hey, talk to me next year. I got a lot of, what is it, pots in the fire, and a lot of, stuff on, just a whole bunch of stuff that you're going to hear. And the reality is, right, if you're working through so many people, then you want to put them on hold and then move on to the next person, right? Set a follow-up date to follow up with them sometime in the future, but then move on to the next person, right? Here's the goal, right? You should have so many people on your list, right, that you don't have time to even worry about someone saying, I can't do it right now, right? Because we're operating in the law of large numbers. So I want you to think about this. It's a great question, by the way, but I just want you to think about this. I want everyone to think about this. If you are making calls and you have a list of 5 people, and one person says, I'm not interested, or, follow up with me in a few months, that one person is gonna be you're gonna feel that, right? Because you're working with 5 people in total, right? But now just imagine if you had a list of 500 and one person said, hey, you know what? I don't have the time right now. Follow up with me in 3 months. Like, you are so concerned about the other 499 people that you're not even worried about the one, right? So the goal is just focus on large numbers, right? And trust me, you'll get the results, right? A lot of people look at me, and let me just use this as another example. A lot of people may look at some of and I'm starting to hear it more and more now, my success or some of the deals that I've closed. It's just because I go through so many numbers, right? I know what people are going to say. People are going to say, oh, I'm busy. This is the wrong time. There's cancellations. There's all of this stuff that people say. And the reason why there's a lot of deals that get closed is because we're just running through numbers, right? Now, I don't look at people as a number, but I'm just going through the numbers, right? I'm sorting and looking for those who want to take advantage of solar. I'm not focused on those that don't, right? So hopefully that brings some clarity to your question, and hopefully I was able to answer that. Any other thoughts, questions that anyone may have before we close up?
Thank you so much, Mr. Allah.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts, questions that we have?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I should raise my hand. I was just gonna say thank you for your time. I really appreciate everything you do for the team, and look forward to getting some more bills for me and you. I'm gonna start hitting it hard on the residential part again. So, but I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Definitely, I'm sure everyone in on the team appreciates everything that you bring to the table, Mrs. Bennett, and just the inspiration and all of the hard work. You're really showing people, how to get it done. Like I said, you're blazing the trail. So, I speak for everyone when I say we all appreciate you as well.
Well, I appreciate it, but
Awesome.
I just feed off of all you guys. That's all I do. I feed off of everybody. So you guys are my teacher. I'm just learning. Thank you all.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So yes, any other thoughts, questions, concerns at all? I know there's quite a few people, I guess, online. But yeah, any other questions before we close out? All right, all right, all right, all right. Well, once again, guys, I apologize if it came in any choppy or anything like that. I am out at a networking event, utilizing everything that Angel taught the other day, and I'm putting it into action. I am not, I'm in learning stage. That was an amazing training that you did. And once again, I'm putting it into action right now as we speak. So if that's all that we have, once again, everyone, please take care, take charge, have an amazing evening. And I look forward, once again, we all know that there's going to be the Millionaire Mystical Ball taking place with our very own VP of Leadership and Development, Mr. Samuel Bean. So once again, let's get ready. Let's get plugged up, charged up for that. I'm sure he's going to come with the heat. So I know you guys had the pens and paper now. You definitely want to have a whole notepad for everything that he's going to go over later on this evening. So once again, hope you guys all have a great night, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.
Thank you.
All right.